Salam everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hanna Zay Ethiopia. I hope everybody is doing well. And today I wanted to talk about a conversation that we need to have because I feel like I'm very happy with everything that's going on. Africans waking up, African Americans, African descents going back home, and us trying to show the world Africa really does exist. Africa is not only animals. There's people. We have where we exist. We have culture. We have built things and all that. But also, I wanted to come here and kind of bring a very important topic or important thing that we all need to really think about. Because we have been fooled and we have been under a curse. That's what I believe, under a curse for years and years. So to get out of that, it's kind of hard because it's like all of our life have been under a curse. So even the way that we were living, the things that we thought were the right things, the things that we thought were true, we are kind of figuring out that it's not really. We've been lied to and all that. So today, as you can tell on the title, I said we Africans, we do live in a hut. I don't know if that's how you say it, hut, but in Amarinya it's gojo, and that's okay. It's okay to live that way. First, I think maybe I should explain the living situation of Africans as I know it or as I understand is, so there is a way that the villagers, the people from the village live, and there is a way that the rich or the city people live. And the difference between the villagers and the city people, the city or the people that live in the city you can find homeless, you can find hungry people, you can find people that are just struggling really bad. And when you go to the village, I don't know, it depends on what you consider struggle, but I don't believe they're struggling. But I think they have cows, they live kind of in a harmony with nature. They don't have big houses, they don't have couches, cars, they have maybe horses and all that. So they live that way. And that's how our ancestors were living before we kind of start having or being developed as African countries. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, we've been programmed to think that we think the bigger the house, or if the house is painted white, or if the house is westernized, Western looking, it's like, oh, we are developed, like we can do this, we can do exactly like the West, we can build things as the West. So come on, look at us, we're developed. I really believe this is a wrong mentality, because what we really have to know is we're still comparing ourselves and a standard that the Western have put. Like the Western have said, if you are this, then you're developed, then you're accepted by us, or you're approved by us. And I think that's very wrong. Not because I hate the Western, but the mentality. So if you guys ask me how, for example, if we talk about how the houses are built in America, it takes a lot of goods from earth. It disrupts then nature. So I actually suggest a documentary, a series of documentaries called Rotten, I believe. Yeah, I'll put it right here on Netflix, because that kind of explains how the West have become this way, because all of the things that are in the West are very it's not like it just comes. It has to be like forests have to be, like trees have to be cut, and for the tree to grow, it needs water, it needs land. So all of that was needed in order to do all of this. So it's pretty much just going against nature. We have been destroying nature. The Western mentality of development have been destroying Earth. And I'm just not making this up. Like, we can see it everywhere. Not just the way that houses are built, even roads, even everything that we think is like, oh my God, like, it's so nice, it's developed, even like everything. So, but when we compare that with the way our ancestors lived, or the way that a lot of villagers in Africa live, they live in harmony with nature. They have what they need, and they have what they need, as in like what they need to eat. They have a place to sleep. They have a shelter, so it's not over. So we should be following that way, because, for example, our ancestors or the villagers made their houses very small. For example, I will tell you my experience. I went to my grandmother's sister back in Ethiopia, in a village, and they lived, my grandfather's sister, her husband, her 3 kids, I believe, and one of her kid had 2 kids. So they lived 7 people, and that it's just one good door, one hut, and they had different kind of animals. For the animals, they had other huts, and they also had food storage, because they farm, so they had food storage. So, and to be honest, like, it was so nice. They didn't have like mattress, they didn't have bedroom, kitchen, and all that, but it was so nice. And like, I never felt so good. I don't know, just like, it felt so good, because I do also believe there's a spiritual connection to destroying the earth, by having things that you don't need. I mean, like, for me, I lived in America, and I live in right now I live in the houses even here are really big, especially in Texas. They're huge. 4-bedroom house, it's like, it's more than you need. It's more than you need. And that's exactly what is happening in Africa. If you go to the cities, you have G+2, G+3 houses with just family of 3 living in there. Like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I feel like that's just greed. That greed has seeded in us. We need to really like think about that and talk about that, because we can't even be going out there and really promoting that. Or even if we promote that, if we promote that, we kind of have to balance it with what's really going on, because we have people that are in need. I mean, when you live in America, you don't see homeless is like by your house. You see them somewhere, maybe under a bridge or something. But when you go back home, you can have your house, and your neighbor might have like a very small, like, bad, or just a house that can let water in. It's pretty bad, you know what I mean? So it's kind of very it's really weird the way that Africa is right now. It's just, I don't know. I think we should, like, the only solution is for us to go back to the way that our ancestors and our ancestor, and also the people in the village have kept that way of living. So we need to learn from that, and not just that, but we need to even promote that and accept that in our hearts. We need to believe that this is good, because that's reality. Like I told you guys, it takes a lot of nature, it takes a lot of goods to make this kind of houses. Not just that, but it's also very toxic. If you ask me how, so all of the things that we use in America are very toxic. Even, for example, if we talk about plates and glasses and cups, we have here, and for that I suggest a documentary called Stink, I believe. But if we think about the way that the villagers or our ancestors used to live, they made their plates from clay, they made from plants, you know what I mean? So they were not destroying themselves, not nature, and they were good, they were healthier too. Also, like I told you guys, when I went to my grandmother's sister's house, hut, her hut, there was no mattress. We slept on. It's like very dry. I don't know if I find a photo, I'll put it, but it's very dry. They made it really nice, and actually, even though it's uncomfortable, and if you get used to it, actually it's very comfortable, because I do sleep on the floor sometimes, and it's really, I actually like it better than the mattress now, because the mattress I was reading, it's actually hurts your back, and it kind of destroys your posture and your body. You were meant to sleep on something that's very dry. So so if we really look at in every way the Westerns are living, or what we've been told, oh, this is good, this is better, the Western way, if we go back and compare to the way that our ancestors lived with in harmony with nature, that is so much better. Like I told you, even spiritually, it was so nice because they didn't destroy Earth. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to point that out, and I want people to stop being like, oh, we don't live in a hut. And because the reality is, even though we don't live in a hut, even though there's a G+3, G+4, 5 houses, there are a lot of people struggling. There are a lot of people that are not even eating in the city, in cities, even in Addis. When I tell you guys, when I go back, there are so many people struggling. There are so many people on the street that went to school, that were very smart, like that educated, that people that can work, or you know what I mean. It's just the greed is not okay. Like, we need to really talk about the greed that is there, and the kind of the way that we need to accept that we accept that we've been programmed, but we cannot be fooled even more or further by bringing this mentality of the West and being like, oh, hey, we don't live in a hut, so it's so nice here, like we have G+3. Yeah, we do, but then again, if you go out, there's people still struggling, you know what I mean? So I don't know, my thing is, we can't compare ourselves to the West by the West standard. The way that we should compare ourselves, or we should be like, oh, hey, like we do this and you guys can't, it should not be with the Western standard, but with the standard that we have, with the things that we have, and that the Western cannot create. And I don't even think it should be a competition, but rather it should be like, hey, you guys, this is a better way, because we all live on one Earth. So if they hurt the planet, we get hurt too. If we hurt the planet, or if we benefit the planet, they get to benefit too, you know what I mean? So we need to take over. Yeah, we're taking over, but we need to do it in a very smart and careful way. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about also, we should balance it. We should live in a harmony with nature. And also, we are creative too. We have to create too, but we should be not influenced by the West, but rather should be influenced by our ancestors. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys understand, to be honest, when I speak English, or when it's something educational, or when it's some kind of information, it's kind of hard for me to speak. I don't even know why, but I need to pray on that. But I hope you guys are like this video, and I hope you guys agree with me. If you have any comments about this, you guys can write me on Instagram right here, I'll put it. But we gotta be careful, and it's Babylon shall fall, so we're just waiting, and I hope we don't fall with Babylon and being fooled by the mentality of Babylon. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.